Hi, beautiful friends. I'm at this beautiful location in Ninh Binh for a wedding in Vietnam, and I wanted to make a video. I was inspired yesterday by my friend Tung, and she said that I should just start posting videos without planning them too much in advance so that it stays spontaneous. And I thought, I've always been planning my videos, and why not try a completely new formula? Maybe it works out well, so I'm filming today. I'm sorry for the background noise because the people here are planning a wedding, and it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I'm holding the camera right now, so it's going to be a little bit shaky. I'm sorry for that. But for today's video, I wanted to talk about setting boundaries. I feel like when we set boundaries, we have the feeling that we are putting a distance between us and the people around us, that we are being unkind, that we are being selfish. And I wanted to discuss that with you because I feel that's quite interesting. I've been learning how to set boundaries my entire life because it's a theme in my life. My parents have, since very young, stepped over my boundaries and have not learned me how to set them myself. And I feel like they themselves don't know how to set boundaries, so it would be impossible for them to learn me how to do that, right? I'm gonna change hands because it's starting to hurt. But for me, setting boundaries can be in a very loving way. You know, you can do it in a way that is respectful to yourself and to others, but it requires you to be consistent, right? It requires you to know exactly what is okay for you and what's not okay for you. And it's not set by anyone else, it's set by yourself. Whatever feels okay for you is very specific to you and not to anybody else. But you need to start to pay attention to how you feel. And when you feel that your feelings are being trampled on, or when you feel like people are getting too close in your bubble, you should be able to speak up and say, look, this doesn't feel right to me. And you know that I care about you a lot, and it has nothing to do with me being selfish. But this is too difficult for me, or this doesn't feel right to me. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. And when the other person reacts to that and gets angry about that, we often concede. We often make a concession and we often say, okay, I'll do it anyway, because we don't want them to feel sad, especially when they ask us to do something. But saying no to someone has nothing to do with your values. It says nothing about the person that you are. It doesn't mean that you're evil. It doesn't mean that you're selfish. It doesn't mean that you're mean. It just means that you know that certain things don't work for you and that you know yourself well. It doesn't say anything about the other person. So in order to not hurt the other person, I always specify and I always make sure that they understand that it's about me. It's not about them. It's not because I don't want to help them. It's not because I don't want to. It's not because I don't respect them, but it's just because I know this is the kind of thing that doesn't feel right to me. But if it's to do anything else, and I would propose another solution, like I would say, I can do this for you, or we can do this together, so that you can train the other person to understand how you vibe, how it works for you. I've especially had difficulties setting my boundaries with my parents, right? Especially my mom, who has always said, "Hey, can you come over and do this right now?" And I had to take car drive of over 40 minutes to get home to do things that she wanted me to do. And she didn't always understood that I already had plans, that I already had things to do. Especially when it comes to my personal projects, I was always setting them aside to help other people, and I wasn't working on them for myself because I realized that I didn't find them important enough. And I thought that if I didn't come home and help my parents, that would mean that I'm a selfish person, that I am not good enough, that I'm not a good daughter. So I started to understand that I have put too much emphasis on certain definitions. Definitions like being a good daughter, being a good partner, being a good worker, what it means to me. And it's all about setting new definitions. It's all about saying, hey, being a good friend can also mean that. Being a good partner can also mean that. It doesn't have to be my old definition, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I feel like it's kind of a short video. It was unplanned, so I didn't have like step-by-step guides. But I feel like it's a fun formula where we can talk more freely. So please share your opinion with me and put them in the comments below, and let's discuss setting the boundaries. I would love to know how you set your boundaries and how you feel about them, and maybe I can do some future videos to talk about specific cases. So have a lovely week, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!